Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. Today's video is sponsored by Bokksu. Now, I know many of you already know about Bokksu, but if you don't know about Bokksu already, Bokksu is a monthly subscription service that brings premium snacks and tea pairings right to your doorstep. So Bokksu sources rare Japanese snacks and partners with family-run businesses, so it's a really great feeling knowing that you're supporting families and artisan snack makers. So the first box you'll receive is Seasons of Japan, followed by monthly themed boxes. And this month I received this one. And this one is called Midori Moments. And Midori is green and includes a map to show you where all these treats come from. Gives you a great description of each of the treats included in the box. And I love that there are multiples of some of these snacks. It's really, really fun to do a tasting with lots of people. My family loves this, especially my kids. And this is surachi, and this is a rare type of citrus. It almost looks like a lime. It smells citrusy, but slightly apricot-y, kind of a yellow-green color. And look how soft they are. Itadakimasu. Mmm. Initially it's very soft, but then as you pull it, it's stretchy and there's a wonderful bounce to it, but it's not tough. The flavor is actually quite subtle. It's not lime, it's not lemon, it's not quite grapefruit, it's sudachi. It's lovely. I would definitely get these again. So if you'd like to try all these marvelous treats for yourself and to support my channel, click the link down below and use my code Emmy to receive $15 off your first order. And big thanks to Bokksu for sponsoring this video and for their continued support so I can make better videos for all of you. So today we're going to be making something that looks so delicious. It looks crispy, it has a spicy salmon topping, and it's in the form of sushi. We're going to be making crispy salmon sushi, which is popularized by the Tiki Talks. But this recipe is not a new one. I believe this originated back in the 1990s from Nobu. Chef Nobu made this and it was very, very popular. It's a crispy seasoned sushi rice that's served with a salmon tartare, which is chopped up salmon that's seasoned with some spicy mayo, and you have that on the crispy seasoned rice. Sounds absolutely delicious, but it is not something new. I guess what is old is new. So again, from the 1990s, so we're talking, 25, 30 years, but you know what? It looks delicious and I'm gonna go ahead and make it because I wanna know what this bite feels and tastes like. First, we have to prepare our rice. So I cooked 2 rice cooker cups of sushi rice. And while it was cooking, I prepared my vinegar, which was 4 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar plus 2 tablespoons of sugar and 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. I mixed this well to make sure that all the salt and sugar were dissolved in the vinegar. Once the rice was finished, I took it out of the rice cooker and I gave it a couple turns. Then I poured my seasoned vinegar into the rice and continued to gently stir it. Try to use a little bit of a slicing motion. We don't want to get mushy rice, so just stir it. And if you like, you can fan it a little bit to get some of that excess steam to evaporate and let it cool a little bit to room temperature. Now, if you want to make typical sushi, there you go. There is your seasoned sushi rice, but we need to go a little bit further because we want to get these into beautiful little rectangular cubes. And as always, I will put links to the videos I watched to prepare for this video. So next, we're going to take a pan. I'm using a loaf pan here and line it with a bit of plastic wrap. And then press our seasoned rice into it. Make sure we press it down nice and evenly. You're gonna take the sides of the plastic wrap and wrap it around the brick of rice. And then I place this in the refrigerator. Now you can chill it for several hours, or if you wanna hasten things up, you can place it in the freezer. The reason why we're doing this is that it'll make it easier to cut. And then using a sharp knife, we're gonna cut these into 1 by 2 inch rectangles. So I have a beautiful piece of salmon here. You could substitute tuna if you like. You could even use smoked salmon if you like. Ultimately, it's up to what you can find and also what you enjoy. So I'm going to opt to cut these into about 1/4 inch cubes, but I've also seen other recipes where this actually gets chopped quite finely. But it looks kind of mushy. and I don't really want that texture. To season this, a little dab of sesame oil, about a 1/4 teaspoon. I'm using Kewpie mayo. I'm gonna start off with about a tablespoon, and then we're gonna add some sriracha. About a teaspoon. Did you know that there's a sriracha shortage, or they're anticipating a shortage because there's a shortage of the peppers, because California is experiencing a monumental drought, so they're not able to grow as much peppers as they need to make this stuff. So grateful that I have a big bottle. And just gently stir this together. So while we're preparing the other ingredients, I'm going to place this back in the refrigerator. I have probably about 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch of oil heating up here. I've seen this recipe done with deep frying, and I've also seen people just pan saute this in a nonstick pan. And I'm sort of splitting the difference by just having a bit of oil heating up here. 325 degrees. Place our rice in there. It's going to spatter, so don't get too close to this. Oh my gosh. Dangerous. Alrighty. Keep your distance. That's probably from the vinegar that we put in there. So maybe that's a reason to do the deep frying technique. You don't have so much of this going on. Eek. So turn it so it gets crispy on all sides. Oh my gosh. Yeah, maybe the pan saute method would be better. This is not so nice. I don't like that it's spraying oil everywhere. No, not safe. So, Chef Tarada, I saw in one of my videos, uses cornstarch and dry everything out a little bit. Let's try that. This is the cornstarch version. Yeah, okay. That's what we should do. Alrighty, lovelies, our cubes of rice, these are not technically cubes, but our pieces of sushi rice are nicely fried, nice and golden. That's crispy. Now, in one version I saw they use avocado, and I am a big fan of avocado, so I'm going to do that too. I've sliced my avocado. Now we're going to add some of that salmon on top. A slice of jalapeno. Whoop. That looks gorgeous. It's pretty tall. I'm not sure how I'm going to get that bite into my mouth, but hello, friend. Alrighty, my lovelies, this is my first time having a crispy sushi. Alrighty, itadakimasu. Really, really tasty. As I hope you could hear, the rice is pleasantly crispy on the outside, yet remains soft and kind of bouncy in the middle. The seasoning is perfect. There's just the right amount of sweetness, a little bit of tanginess and salt. And the avocado and the salmon go so well together. They're both rich. And that little bit of spice in there is just a tiny little flavor, in my opinion, not nearly spicy enough to make it spicy at all. I don't even feel any of the heat, but that lovely kind of garlic flavor of the sriracha, a little bit of smokiness, sesame oil for that extra nutty toastiness goes really well with the deep fried flavors of the rice. I did not get the jalapeno slice on the top, so let me try to do that in this next bite. Making a mess. Highly recommend the fresh jalapeno on top. That gives you a nice crunch and a little bit of that chili flavor. In my opinion, it's not very spicy at all, although some jalapenos can be pretty spicy, especially if you get closer to the stem and you get more of that membrane. But that little amount of heat is really welcomed. I like it a lot. And I love the crunchy texture of it. It complements the crunch of the rice. And most importantly, I really like that chili, fresh chili flavor. This is super delicious. Really like the textures going on here. It doesn't really even feel like sushi anymore because of that big crunch. Yes, 100% totally up to type. In fact, I'm gonna have another one. But yeah, it's gonna be, Alrighty, my lovelies, there you have it. That's how you can make crispy salmon sushi at home. Absolutely scrumdiddlyumptious. And big thanks to Boxu for sponsoring this video. If you'd like to try some Japanese treats for yourself, click the link down below and use my code EMMY to receive $15 off your order. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo. Take care. Bye. Didn't even have anything bubbly. Just sushi. Just sushi.